Troy Polamalu told me that you were in college the best defensive player he ever saw. And he talked about your motor, about your work ethic. And you and I both know Troy Polamalu doesn't just say stuff. He's not a liar. Mm. Talk about when great star players say that about you. A lot of people coming now into this season, wow, Cody's going to be the guy. You had a great rookie season. You're humble, but that has to make you proud.
Oh, it's definitely. I mean, for a guy like Troy Polamalu, a Pro Bowler, a Super Bowl
great guy.
champion, great guy, and I've known him for a while, and for him to say that, you know, I know who Troy is, and I know what kind of guy he is, and it's just, I mean, I can't be more humbled, you know, to hear that from his mouth, but I also know that Troy would say that about, you know, 90% of players he is, because he's just that kind of guy. He believes that, you know, his team is everything, and I'm the same, you know, kind of player. I believe, you know, more credit goes to my teammates than actually what I do, because there's, you know, 10 other guys on the field besides me. So it's definitely a team game, and you have to look at it that way. If you think you're bigger than the game and you think you're a player just making all the plays, it's not true, because in order to make that tackle, 10 guys got to rally that guy to you. So it's definitely the ultimate team game.
Pete Carroll told me once that his mentality is he doesn't care if a kid was a super prep, if he was an All-American or a walk-on. His best 11 hit the field. That's Marinelli's mentality. He doesn't care if you're making the minimum or if you're making $12 million a year. You know, forget Millen, which I know they're on the same page. He's going to put his best 11 that give him a chance to win. As a competitor, forget Shaun Rogers, forget Dan Wilkinson. This is not a disrespect statement. You love that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
That gets your fire going.
Gives me opportunity, you know what I mean? And that's all you can hope for as a player, is to have that chance to have a coach who's going to put the best players in. And you strive that. It makes you more hungry as a player. You know, you want to be out there, and if you know if you're going to go to bat for him every practice and he's going to give you that playing time, then that's what you want. As a coach and as a player, that's something you need, because I'm going to go to war for him. You know, I'm going to go out there, and I've seen what he brings to the field, and that's the kind of coach I want to go to war for.
I described you on television, you know, I got to know you on the field and off last year, as you're the kind of guy, and not because you play football, a guy wants his daughter to bring home. You're a good person. You have integrity. You play the game right. You work hard. You're everything a dad would want. But as I get to know you, that's what your dad is. Mm-hmm. You're really a reflection of your dad. You really love your family. Mm-hmm. It's not I'm on TV, I'm going to talk about mom and dad. It's a genuine, they're my balance. Would you talk about mom and dad?
Well, we just always been close to my family, my mom, my dad. It was just me and my brother growing up, so we were always a close-knit bunch, and, you know, my dad's brought me through my sports career. My mom has always been there for someone for me to talk to, and they're just two, you know, pillars in my life that, you know, never fold on me. I could call and count on it at all times. So when you have some people like that in your life, it just makes you cherish them that much more, and that relationship becomes stronger, because it's you know, no one's going to go to bat with you like your family is, and that's what kind of people they are, and that's, you know, they're my heart and soul, and they're my everything. So that's who I play for. I play for my family, because they're my strength. That's why I'm out there. The only reason is because I want to see my family, you know, at the best, and that's I'm getting kind of choked up, because that's my family. That's what I do it for.
But see, Shaun, I think that's why people genuinely like. I know me personally, talking to you in the locker room and getting to know you off the field. That's why I like you, because you're a good football player. Yeah, that's what you do for a living. But you're a great person. And I, like last year when this team struggled and it lost, you didn't go in the locker room, go out, jump in a Ferrari and leave. It hurt you. You took losses hard. I know, because I'm in the locker room with you right after loss. I'm at every game. That speaks to integrity. Would you talk about what integrity means to you?
It's about never quitting, never putting your guard down. Always wanting the best, and always hoping that you win. And for me, I'm the worst loser ever. I mean, I know that. I don't like to lose at anything. Me and my brother, my family's in town right now. We're arguing all day, and, you know, I want to win, and I want to. And hurting and losing hurts so bad that you don't want that feeling. You know, I rather not lose it, and it's just that feeling of losing is just terrible. And I remember that feeling at SC. We went through our 6-6 year, and I just remember thinking, you know, I don't want this ever to happen again. Mm-hmm. This is the same feeling for me last year. That kind of feeling, that kind of vibe it gives off. The whole town is, you know, got that feeling, and you don't want that. And no one deserves it, because we're a bunch of great players, and it's a great sports town, and no one deserves that, and we want to turn it around. I
told this story on TV in Lansing. I'll tell you, last year after the Carolina game, and I walked in and I asked you. I didn't have the camera on, but I just said, hey, because it was the first time, you haven't heard the crowd really boo you. You were successful in high schools. And I'll never forget what you said, they should not like what they just saw. And I thought, this is not a pampered baby athlete. You took it like a man. Hey, talk about the fans, because the fans in Detroit have lost and they're frustrated. But I really believe this team is turning that corner. Mm-hmm. Would you talk about that? Because you really showed some maturity there.
Yeah, well, any team that struggled for as long as we have, and the town has been has struggled with us. That they're going to be frustrated, and they deserve to feel what's going on. It doesn't look like we're getting any better. It doesn't look like things are going up. And they deserve to feel like, hey man, come on guys. After a certain point, I know for myself, for personal views, that I would be like, come on guys. So I mean, I can only expect that. We're not holding up our end of the bargain, and that's why I feel as a player that we gotta make this change. No one's gonna help it. It doesn't matter who's booing us, who's cheering us. It's us. It's on us what we got to do and what we got to take this program. I think guys are starting to understand that. Guys are starting to feel like, all right, we're gonna do this. If the fans are gonna boo, they're gonna boo. But it's our fault because we're not winning games. It's not them. If we were winning all the games and they were booing, then it wouldn't make sense. So
then you'd be up in the stands. You'd be pulling in our test, wouldn't you?
Exactly. But it's we're gonna get this thing going right now. That's what I'm excited about.
The thing that excites me is I don't think there was a talent issue here. Mm-hmm. There's talent on this football team.
Definitely.
I one of the comments we do on my show is we have viewer email where the viewers write into me. And a lot of people said, boy, they didn't make a lot of off-season moves. And I made the comment, there's talent on this team. They needed someone now to come get it. And I think Sarge is going to do it. I'll tell you, I love that guy and that mentality. All right, I got to ask you this. When I talked to all your folks back in Hacienda, they talked about when you were being recruited, how intense the pressure was. I mean, everybody wanted you. You were, for the rest of normal America, the only hot chick in the high school that every guy wanted to take to the prom. And so, I mean, you kind of retreated and went off with your family. Went to San Diego, I found out, and hit a little bit.
Wow,
do I not do my
I like
Come on, give me some props to the fat white guy.
You got
and so then, then you go to college and you're, become an agent. Of course, everyone saw your TV show. Mom and Dad helped you pick an agent.
I don't think everybody saw it. We didn't do that great in ratings.
Well, you got your check. It's all about.
We didn't win the Emmy. I was upset about that.
But here's the biggest question: you're single in Detroit. You're a good guy. You're I wish you'd wait. My daughter's 11. If you'll just wait 10 years till she's a senior at Michigan State, you can have her. And all of a sudden now, I got to ask: are Mom and Dad going to pick your wife?
Our mom and dad will pick my wife. Oh man, I'm sure they'd love to.
I think Mom and Dad would like to.
I'm sure they'd have to sit down and go through a bunch of girls, but yeah, it doesn't work out that way. They respect my decisions in life too, and we like to work as a team on a bunch of things in college and in the show. You see picking an agents. They like to help me out with the decision, and I trust them to help me in those kind of decisions. I feel they have my best interest in mind, and they want nothing for the best for me. So in those kind of situations, I go to them because I feel my dad has great expertise in the area, and my mom always wants the best for me. So those kind of situations I go to. Girlfriend, they, of course they want the best for me, but sometimes they don't know what I need.
Yeah, so Mom and Dad aren't going to pick the things that necessarily we're going to pick.
Exactly.
Shaun, I just want you to know I was proud when they picked you. I think you remember your first rookie meet. I came right up to you and told you how excited I was.
Yep, I remember.
And getting to know you has been an honor. You're a great person, and I have been a lifelong fan. I don't hide it. People say the media is supposed to be neutral. That's crap. I don't buy it. I want Lions to succeed, and I'm glad as a dad, first of all, who has two sons, one son that loves the Lions also. I'm glad there's guys like you on this team. I tell them, hey, I want you to root for Shaun Cody. You want to put a poster on your wall? There's some guys I'm going to let you, but I'll let you put a Shaun Cody poster up. And I appreciate the way you play the game. I appreciate the way you represent this team, and I appreciate the kind of person you are. You're a class act. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks. Same move for you.
You're a good guy, man. Stay out of trouble. Shaun Cody, he's one of the best, and you get to watch him terrorize the NFL this upcoming season. We'll be right back.